What's up, guys? It's Starcat here from Supple. I'm here with a new segment for our channel. It's called Card of the Week, and basically, the segment title says it all. I choose a card that I like, that interests me, and whatever combos I can see go well with it, and I just talk about it, and that'll be the card for the week. Um, basically, you guys can introduce any cards you want us to talk about, and we'll try and talk about them and see what we can do with them. Otherwise, I'll be talking about most likely cards from the new sets. But just to kick off this segment, I wanted to talk about uh, this Kaguya. I think it's something like Supple Bamboo Princess or something like that. Uh, Basically, it's a new Oracle Grade 0 released in Set 9. Also a new starting Vanguard. Its skill is, first of all, Pioneer, so when you ride over this, move it to a rearguard circle. And then its second effect is, you can move this card from the rearguard circle into Soul to pump up any of your units to 3000, an extra 3000 power. Now, basically, this card came out, I think lots of people just looked past this and just thought, oh, it's a Oracle starting Vanguard that gives 3000 to a unit. Fairly useless. You could find much better options such as Witch Lulu here for Oracles. But I was playtesting, and I actually have a Goddess of the Sun deck that utilizes Goddess of the Sun deck that utilizes Tsukuyomi, even though you can only use one with the new restriction list. And I found that it actually makes Oracle decks combo off more and very well and have much higher power level. So I actually really like this card, as I've been seeing lots of combos. And yeah, in this video I'd just like to talk about some of the combos you can pull off with this card, just because this card shouldn't be looked as a starting Vanguard, but rather it's just another card you can just put into your deck. The great thing about it has the 10k shield with a power level, and what I like about these cards that you can just move from the rearguard into Soul is you can use them when you can't find any of your big boosters like your AK Vanillas or whatever, and you can just support with these. Then once you do draw into these cards, you can use these effects and move them into Soul, and you utilize the Soul and give the 3000 to a unit. So that 3000 can actually be very important in this the current gameplay. So basically here, I'll just do an example of what I've seen to combo with this deck. This is Goddess of the Sun, Amaterasu Tsukuyomi deck. So I've been playtesting, and I found I just wanted the Tsukuyomi, Goddess of the Full Moon. It's interesting to run at one copy. You don't always get into it, of course, but when you do, it combos very nicely. I may or may not do a deck profile, but basically, with this deck you have 6 Soul, and how I ran into this was I was running Battle Sister Vanilla, and basically I just was running it as a 10k shield. If you don't know Battle Sister Vanilla's effect, it's when you have 6 or more Oracle Think Tank units in your Soul, this card becomes a 10k shield. That's basically what it is, and it's a grade 1. I was running it because it's just a great card to search for with Goddess of the Sun, and if you're using Tsukuyomi, you're going to get to that 6 Soul. I decided I would change to this, and I was looking through my cards, and I saw this, and I was like, wait a second, this may be better than Vanilla, just besides the fact that it's a grade 0 and not a grade 1 that you can ride. But it's something that you can always call to the field, because I'm not running Sakuya, so if I was going to call Vanilla, I wouldn't be able to get it back in any way. This card I can call to the field, then use its effect if need be. And it's always a 10k shield, which is much more helpful, and you can do the same thing with the Goddess of the Sun. Then, the combos that came with it. So basically, Amaterasu is your Vanguard, let's say your Soul count is 6. The great thing about this 6 Soul deck is I can utilize more 12k beaters. Like I can run Kaguya Hime and Susanoo in the same deck. I can use this as a supporter. So basically, I'm swinging for 16 if I don't have those AK vanillas that I want to boost these with, because usually I want to swing for 20k. Now, the thing is, if I'm going up against if I'm going up against 13k bases, this card allows you to just go very nicely, because you can move this card into your soul, pump up one of these units so it becomes 15 by itself. Then if you have this in card that you've been finally waiting for, you can call it, and all of a sudden you've got a 23 column. Now that doesn't happen very often, but you can do this now more and more with these clones. So that was the first thing I noticed. You can achieve 23k columns, or even if you're going up against if you're going up against 11k based vanguards, where these don't even matter as much, you can still just draw into any grade 1 unit, place it behind, and pump it up to 22, which is the perfect number against it, as long as it's over 21. So basically, you can swing for very nice numbers with it, as well as build up your soul. Now, Tsukiyomi, if everything goes horribly wrong with your right chain and you're stuck on this, usually your only out is a quick psychic bird, and usually you need like multiple of them. This is just like running more psychic birds, except it may have a lesser effect, but at least you can just build up the soul much quicker. And so like I was talking to my teammate Mac Nugget, and I was thinking, oh well, if Oracle got a stand trigger that could just move to soul and do something, that would be cool, because we would have more soul gaining units, and that's what like Tsukiyomi would need, even though it's now limited. But got this, and I think I forgot about it, and it's just helps Tsukiyomi get that extra push as well. So if you for some reason don't have the 6 soul, you can just get there much quicker now. So those were the first combos I noticed in Tsukiyomi. Although this card has even more combos in the completely different deck, the Soulless build of Oracle Think Tank, Scarlet Witch Coco. Scarlet Witch Coco here. Now of course, I know what everyone's thinking. It's like, oh guys, Scarlet Witch Coco, you don't want soul in that. No, you do not. But when you're running cards like Cookie and Cream, you do want these cards to go off in one way or another, and so gaining that soul is good for that. Whether it's just you've got the Coco, and you put this into soul. You just want to get these to swing for 21, so maybe you can pump up Coco for that turn, just so it's swinging for 21 as well. Then attack for this. Cookie and Cream. Cream skill activates. You can just Soul Blast 1, becomes a 21k column. And you've got multiple 21k columns. Now, against cross-ride decks, you can do the same thing with Kaguya. Leave this on 18, as it's not going to make a difference against the cross-ride. Pump up this to 13k by itself. This is now 24k column, which is an even better column against cross rides. So now you're swinging for amazing numbers against cross rides, and in this deck as well, and it's just going very well. Also, one last thing, Silent Tom is now limited to 2. If you want to know why, you can pump up Silent Tom to 19k with this card, pump this up to 11 by itself, swinging for 19, another perfect number against cross rides. So, this is why I love this card so much, is you can just swing for very nice numbers, and as well as building up that soul. So it's very good in decks that if you utilize Rackbird and you're missing that extra soul. It's very good in Soulless build if you're using Rackbird and you got either no soul or you need that extra soul. You can just put it in there and just pump up a unit and then use the Rackbird skill. So, yeah, this is my card of the week. Some of the combos I've seen with this card so far. Um, Basically, just comment what you think of this segment and this card in general, if you like it or dislike it. I know it might be minusing a 10k shield, but thing is, I just personally I like to use these cards as supporters if I can't even get a grade 1. So essentially, I use this as another grade 1 card. Besides the fact that you're already running like lots of 10k shields. But if you guys have any questions about this card, about my Goddess of the Sun deck or Soulless deck, I'll be more than happy to do more videos for you guys. It's holidays, and yeah. So just comment below what you think of this card, and maybe comment what you would like the next card of the week to be, because and I'll gladly like to talk about it, me and my teammates. Otherwise, we'll most likely be doing new release set, new set releases, and previews and stuff in the future. One last thing about this card, the Royal clone is coming. The Royal Paladins get a clone of this, which will be very good for Young Pegasus Knight and Soul Savior Turbos. So that'll be interesting to see. And I think Nova Grapplers already have one. I'm not sure if any other clans do. I think a few others do, but that's all I know for now. And yes, I'll be looking forward to when Dark Regulars get this card. So yeah, think of this card as a card you add into your deck as another grade 1 and not a starting Vanguard, because I think there are many better options. Okay, thank you. I hope I've given you guys some insight. And yeah, enjoy Vanguard. Peace out.